Okay, so like we said, okay, let us try to make this exercise. So this two strings is anagrams. So if so they contain the letters of each other, but they are not arranged. Okay.
Okay.
So pop, 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 pop. Well, so what we need to do is that we need to make a function
Mm-hmm.
is anagram that take two strings and make sure that uh, test if really the two strings have the same characters or not. So we
Okay.
take any two strings like that, like typhoon and this o Python,
Uh-huh.
and we need to make sure that we are able to make typhoon from o Python. So it means that
Oh,
we
okay.
take this string, these two strings,
Uh-huh.
we need to make sure that we are able to take the second string and change it to the first. So
I see.
certainly we are able to do that if we just make sure that both of them have the same characters, right?
Yeah, so if they have the same characters, the order doesn't matter.
Yes, exactly. Yes.
Gotcha.
So the same applies here. So if we check Alice and Bob, they definitely don't have the same characters, right? So
Yes.
you cannot reach one of them from another.
Yes.
So that's the
Correct.
point here. Okay.
Okay, that makes sense.
Okay. So we take that. Let's take that the whole definition here,
Yeah.
and we go to the coding. Okay. Let me
Mm-hmm.
see here. Yours is yeah. Yeah. Okay. We share the screen first, and okay.
And also, I may also do a session this Sunday too, just letting you know. This was just for extra practice as well. So if I need to, I'm gonna register, not register, do sign up for another session tomorrow or something.
Okay. Let's see. Yeah. Let's see
Okay.
how it goes. Okay. Is anagram? Yeah.
Okay.
So we know that we are taking str1
Yes.
and we are taking str2, right?
Yes.
Um, and we also want to make sure things. So, like we said before, we are able to use path. Let's see, and let me see. Okay, is anagram, and we pass it maybe Alice
Mm-hmm.
and Bob,
Mm-hmm.
and then what else should we do? State, or maybe we can say results, and we print the results.
Yes.
Okay, so let's see if it works. No, nothing. Yeah, indentation is not correct. Yes, which is, yeah, somehow. Okay, so result is none. So it means that, okay, so far everything is working fine. So,
Okay. So,
typically, this is not now, but in your future, um, this occurs many times in my life that I have a code that is working very perfect,
yes.
and suddenly I make small changes somewhere in a big code which is like 6,000, 7,000 line, and suddenly it
Uh-huh.
doesn't work anymore.
Yeah.
And maybe sometimes it happened in a critical time. Oh, you are expecting a visitor, you are expecting somebody to show your work,
Uh-huh.
and so I would always say, if you keep this practice, I think you'll be successful in your life.
Yes.
A small change, test, small change, test, small change,
Okay.
test. Okay. uh,
Yes.
so 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 that you are aware, if you do something maybe you're not aware that it causes all this trouble, but in a short time maybe you're not able to solve it. Okay, so now let's have a look.
So I'm just taking it piece by piece. All I know is that we do need an if statement.
I would say, okay, yes, definitely. Maybe we need an if statement, but let us think big. Okay, now we have these two. Let's say it's Alice. Okay,
Uh-huh.
so we have Alice and Bob, right?
Yes.
So it, logically, if we want to think, let us look at Bob because it's less characters.
Yes.
First, the first check that we need to do is
Is
to
if they're the same number of characters.
that is the easy thing, right?
Yes.
And then I would like to take every character in Pop and go through every character in Alice to make sure that uh, B there is a B,
Yes.
okay, and I need to make sure there is a O. I need to make sure there is another B, right?
Yes.
So if this
Uh,
happens, there is a high
then you
chance
need
that
to, okay, but the way that you're describing it, if you need to go through each letter, then you would also need a for loop, right?
exactly, yes, yes. So the
Okay.
first thing that should come to your mind when we're doing this kind of comparison, especially with the if need a for loop. The for
Yeah,
loop will bring you what you need to use inside your if.
exactly.
Okay, good. So let us think how we can make our for loop.
All right.
Okay. For let's say okay, I in range. Let's tell me now how should we think
We
about
need
it?
the length of the str.
Okay.
So for I in length of the str, if um okay.
Okay. And str1
Mhm.
I. Okay. So now we are having a for loop.
Yeah.
What do we need to do? You said you needed you need to put an if statement, right?
Yes. So if the if str1, I'm not saying like you need to write this, but I'm just like thinking out loud. So if these two strings, if they have the same amount of letters, then
Okay.
we return
Okay. So
true.
actually this is should be outside the if. So I would say
Would
if
you do
len
s?
str. Yeah, tell me. Yes, tell me please.
Yeah, so if len str1, that's what I was gonna say.
Um, so if it is not actually,
Hmm.
then I would return false and no need to waste any more time.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
Then
not
that
going to work.
it takes care of that.
Okay.
Yes.
So that's the first check. Second check, I would say,
Um, so then you do elif for range. So now that we figured out what to do if they're not equal to each other, if they are equal to each other, then we want to see if even if you switch up the order, it'll still print true, right?
um, yes, somehow, yes.
Okay, so
So should you think that we should
I was thinking,
mhm.
are we able to use sorted in this, or is that only for,
But even okay, yeah, it's a good idea if we use sorted, yes.
because that can change it, even if you change up the order, it'll still work, right?
Yeah, actually, yes, that's truly a good idea. If we use sorted here, yes, properly, yes, that's totally a good idea. But that's a ready-made function. So let's think the other way around. If
Okay.
you use it without a ready function, then
Okay.
how can you do that?
Okay. Let me think now. If
So
you do,
yeah, tell me.
um, you iterate from like indexing and you just do colon colon, right?
Mhm.
Hold up.
Okay, so what we said just now, that we take, let's, for example, we can take string 2,
Mm-hmm.
and for every letter in string 2,
Uh-huh.
we loop through every letter in the string 1 to make sure that this letter occur at least once here.
I see. So if we have to see if the eyes are equal, then essentially, right?
What's the meaning eyes are equal?
As in
So
like
so
the
so if I come here, I'm able to say something like that. String 1, sorry, like that. It's not so perfect here, like that. Okay, yeah. So if I put this way, then dot format, and I'm able to put str1, str2, and then
Mhm.
I'm able to put I. So with the I, because they are both the same length, right? So
Yes,
if I put the I here, um,
yes.
I would expect that I'm able to print both characters at the same time. Oops, it does print. It return false. Sorry. Here we need to add two more characters here, like that.
Okay, so now we know that the true part of it works so that like if it has the same amount of characters, it's gonna run something. So,
Yes, run something, and I'm able to go through all the characters of all of them. And there is one if statement.
uh-huh.
We can try it. The if statement say that I'm able to check if I got an element inside the list.
Or could you do if str1i equals str um 2i,
Okay, yeah, we can do that. Yes, but what is the purpose?
because this would see if all of the letters within it are the same, correct?
But what if it is not the same order?
Oh yeah, yeah.
This will work if we are checking that both exactly have the same letters. So
Yes.
it means that if you are checking like that, yes,
Okay.
your if statement will work perfect, and you are able to get a result from your function. But in the case that they are not,
Uh-huh.
so definitely no. So it means that we cannot guarantee that whenever we are at A, that we will find A here. We can find B. A can be somewhere else.
I see. So now I guess we did figure out another step. So now we got to figure out a next step.
Yes.
Let's
So
see.
what if we say this kind of if statement? There is one if statement that we are able to say, can we check this character in str2? This typically work in lists, and we are able to treat the string as a list.
Okay.
So do you remember that? Let me see here first. Uh, so this is a short actually, and I mean this if function also you are able to use it in dictionary.
Uh-huh.
So you are able to say, check for me if, let me put it in a different way, if there is a B inside
Okay.
string 2. So
Uh-huh.
let us put it this way first.
Okay.
Print B was found. So what is happening here, that I'm for every loop I'm doing, I'm
Uh-huh.
always checking. This is not 100% correct, but
Yeah.
we were testing the concept. I'm
Yes. So
testing
if there's a
that
B, okay.
that there is a B here. I'm
Okay.
testing there is a B here. So
Mm-hmm.
typically, if there is no B, then you will say that that this is will not work anymore. So it will
Okay.
not
Then it's
print
just gonna
anything.
be regular. I see. Okay.
Okay. So I change it back. So then I'm able to see that it will print always B was found. Okay.
Yes.
So I managed to make so if you manage to reach this step, it's easy
Yes.
for you to advance this step to make this
Because
B
if
changeable.
yes, also you could do um yeah, I was thinking the B isn't necessary. You can put anything inside there.
Yes,
Mm, Uh, if I'm gonna do the next step now.
so okay, can we define what we are trying to do so that we don't have to, we put a target first.
Okay.
What are we trying to do now?
So
How?
now
Mhm. Yeah,
now we're trying to see that even if you have two words that have the same letter, we want like even if they're in different order, we want it still to return true.
perfect. Yes, this is great.
Mhm.
I want to cut the big problem into smaller problem.
Yes.
Okay, now we managed to have a loop, and
Yes.
we would like to have one more step, which
Mhm.
is I would like to take a character from string 2
Yes.
and make sure that this character exists here. So
Oh, okay. So
take a
yes,
character from string 2
which is what we did
and check if it exists
in
in
string one.
str1. How
Okay.
to do that? This is our small target that we want to achieve now. How
Yes.
to do that?
Um, could you do if uh str1 I oh wait, no, I think I was gonna say if str1 I in str2.
Um, so it means that I need to change this here.
Uh-huh.
Let me see here. str1 I. So see here,
Uh-huh.
he's telling us C was found in str2. So it means that here at
Uh-huh.
C,
Yes.
so
Okay, so it does have
he do,
C still.
yes, he do comparison.
Uh-huh.
And when we reach C, so actually, and we can even do this printing even before to make it more, um, yeah, meaningful. So have a look here. So when we are at the character C, when we reach somewhere here,
Uh-huh.
okay, uh, we our if statement will print that C was found in str2, and yes, typically we find any C from here. we are able to find it here. And anything, sorry, actually is we do the reverse actually. What we do is we take from characters here, but it's the
Mm-hmm.
same meaning.
Mm-hmm.
We take a character from here and we
Yes.
compare it inside here. And
Yes.
yes, we managed to find C. So only C that is we are able to find. So what about if you put A here? So you see, he
Uh-huh.
was able to find A
Uh-huh.
and he was able to find C. So
Yes.
A, he was able to find it, but let us remove this A from here. We put it here. So it means that it's just a different location. So it means that we need to check.
It's gonna be false because they're not the same length.
Okay, so we
Good.
put B here. Okay.
Okay, so now,
So you
okay.
see now,
Uh-huh.
although both are not the same length,
I
but
see.
we still able to detect E and C are both in the same sentences or same strings.
Yes, I see. I see.
So it means that
Yeah.
what you are doing here is actually correct. You are able to detect that
Mm-hmm.
you are able to do this kind of detection.
Yes.
Okay,
So
but
we did. I guess we got.
how to make this
Uh-huh.
meaningful? So yes,
Yeah.
you're able to detect that two characters exist
Uh-huh.
in both string one and string two.
Yes.
Okay, so what if I put an I here?
It's gonna say that I was also. Yeah.
Okay, so what if I print like that? So now he is telling you he managed to find three characters, right?
Yes.
And the more I change, um, so I can say, let me see, let me see, let me see, and I put like that. Okay, so you see, the more I change to make them have similar,
Mm-hmm.
then the more this kind of statement are
Yes.
printed, right?
Yes.
But
But
but how can we make use of that if statement to
so
reach
it's
our goal? What is our goal
on
now?
now. Like we're getting there now. We need to expand a little bit more. So we need them to have the exact same letters.
Okay,
So let's
so
see.
how? Okay, the target now. So
Hmm.
now our target change. And
Yes.
instead of this, we need to make sure that they are both the same length, right?
Yes. Now they are the same length. Yeah.
So we need to um, make sure that uh, tell me what is the target?
So now, what we were doing is all it was doing was returning the similarities. We don't really want that. We want it to know that those two are similar, and even if order's different, we want it to return true. So let me try to make that more say it more simply. Let's make sure to, I guess the next step is if the order uh because even if there's one similar or two similar, it runs it, but we want them all to be similar.
What about like that?
We make sure the similarities equal. Okay, yes, that makes sense. So if
So there is two ways to achieve that.
mhm.
Uh, if we want to count how to count the similarities?
Well, I mean, that's what we have so far, right?
No, but we didn't count. We just print. I mean, when you find a similarity using the if statement, you just
Uh-huh,
print something. But to be able to return true and false,
uh-huh.
you need a dynamic way. You don't need to print. You need to return true or false based on some condition. If this condition occurs, then okay, then yes.
Okay, so now
So how to count the similarities? How to count every time we find a character
another
exists in string 2, then we count it. We count it in.
we need to do another for loop.
Okay, what the for loop will do?
Um, okay.
No, I mean it's fine. So I okay to I want to improve your reasoning. So to be able to improve it, you have to speak first. You don't worry about telling anything wrong. I mean, I'm not here to judge you. I'm here
Yeah.
to help you, right? So
Yes.
I'm your friend. Consider me your friend.
All
So,
right.
just yeah, this and yeah, of course
Yeah.
you
You're right.
you
You're right.
you come to me to become your friend. Else I'm not in the correct place. So
Exactly. All right.
okay,
So
so you speak
so
with me without any worries that you say anything wrong. That's the first. Okay, but I want
yeah.
you to. Okay, we are speaking here logic.
Yes.
So you
So
speak. You give me something. You need to
uh-huh.
tell me. I'm telling you this because of that. So
Okay.
I'm willing
Gotcha.
to listen. I put a for loop for what?
Okay. Let me see. So we need to make sure the similarities are equal to length of both strings. Okay. So now this if statement over here says the letter of string one. If it's in string two, then we print that. Okay. Can we take it a step further and say for
Mhm. Sorry. Okay.
for I don't know if you can format like format it like that, but for
Okay. I want you to focus again. Again,
uh-huh.
let's try to refocus. First, for loop to do what first before we try to write the for loop? For what is the achievement that we can reach out from the for loop?
Because you said that we needed to iterate over it, correct?
No, I didn't say.
Okay.
I say we want to count similarities. How to count? We need to count.
There's a count function dot count, right?
Uh, but that's a different story. Yes, we can use dot count. Okay. So how to use dot count if you want to use it?
But I don't know if we need to do that in this situation. Could you say that what were you were saying it again? We
We
need to
want to
do what with this?
count the amount of similarities.
Okay. Not the amount of similarities.
Okay. So um, can we use a boolean? Can we use uh, uh, an integer counter, for example, to count?
Yes. What do you mean by that though?
So okay, to count. So okay, now we have to stop and then we have to enter again.
Okay, yeah, sure.